Hello there, Internet. MegaMogwai here, and I got another video for you guys today. Today we're going to showcase the Esper Midrange deck. Pay attention. I said showcase without the off. I read my comments. I am evolving like a Pokemon. So, yeah, just wanted to point that out. I know I've been saying showcase off for, every video, and apparently that is not grammatically correct. So, there we go. I finally did it. So yeah, we're going to talk about Esper Midrange. Esper Midrange is a forgotten deck. And what I mean by forgotten is that it's been quite overshadowed by its bigger, meaner brother, Sultai Midrange, as it's falling off of grace. It rose up in popularity as a pro player by the name of Watts. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. Designed the first Esper Midrange list, which, had Dovins and stuff and was more like Angel focused. And it got quite popular for a bit and performed quite well. But as the metagame kept getting more and more defined, people stopped playing Esper Midrange. Why did this happen? Well, for numerous reasons. It turns out Sultai Midrange tends to outperform this deck. And I'm not here to deny any of those claims. I'm just but one player, and there's a plethora of pro players out there who have tested all these decks and reached their conclusions. I do believe Esper Midrange is a little bit underrated, and I think it definitely still packs quite a punch. But it is true that it does struggle in the Sultai Midrange matchup, no matter how you look at it. And at the same time, it does struggle quite a bit against Esper Control as well. What I like about Esper Midrange, though, is that it has a better matchup than Sultai Midrange versus the likes of Simic Nexus. The reason why Simic Nexus is so prevalent is because it kind of eats and preys on Sultai Midrange, right? So having Esper Midrange capitalize on that matchup and actually outperform that deck, I think is a very strong trait for a standard deck to have. Why does Esper Midrange match up well against Simic Nexus? Well, mainly because of the likes of Deputy of Detention. We have Thought Erasure alongside main deck Duress in this variant with triple copy of Deputy Detention alongside triple copy of Mortify, which destroys enchantments. So we have multiple resources to deny the Wilderness of Reclamation and the Search for Ascanta. If you take down those two enchantments in that matchup, you shut them down completely. So I'm in the gameplay that I'm going to showcase off today, as I did try to rank up with this deck. One of the best of 3 series is against a Simic Nexus, and you'll see what I'm talking about with advantageous matchup. But yeah, that's one of the good things about this. Also, I just generally like the deck list quite a bit, as I do feel like it can definitely defeat Sultai Midrange. Though the matchup is tough, and the games are always going to be tough, it is definitely a winnable matchup. And I also like the deck against Mono Blue Tempo, because again, Deputy Detention, aka Fun Police, puts in a lot of work right there. And I do have a sideboard geared towards that matchup alongside other things. I'm very proud of this sideboard. I put a lot of thought into it, and I try to cover most of the decks that I will be facing, and I do believe this deck can definitely climb and be competitive at a tier 1 level, which is why I'm showcasing it off today, even though I am also going to say that I'm going to move on to try a little bit of Esper Control, as I still have not managed to reach the top 8 of the ranked ladder. I keep reaching top 200s, top 100, and then I just fall off, and sometimes I tilt to oblivion and go all the way to the 90-something%, and I have to climb my way back up. So I've been tilting a lot these days because I've been tryharding quite a bit, and I have been misplaying, I have been getting mana screwed, all those things. Not necessarily one specifically, a conjunction of all these things have stopped me from laddering. So what I have to do is basically play a little bit better and try to not misplay ever, and take my losses that are going to come to mana screw like a man and just keep on pushing. And we'll see if I can qualify, right? But I will be switching over to some Esper Control to see if I can have some better matchups with it, because even though I really like this deck, there are some tough matchups, and it can get rough, but I do still think this is a very, very, very competitive list. So like I said, the sideboard here has 2 Fungal Infections, 1 Disdainful Stroke, 3 Negate, 1 Cast Down, 1 Kaya, Orzhov Usurper, 2 Disinformation Campaigns, 3 Basilica Bellhaunts, 1 Kaya's Wrath, and 1 Eldest Reborn. There's a lot of thought put into this sideboard. Mainly, the Fungal Infections are very good against mono white weenies, and also very good against mono blue tempo, as for 1 mana you can destroy a 1-drop. So the reason why I choose this over Moment of Craving, even though this card is technically inferior, because against mono red, for example, because you do miss out on the life gain, is still really good against mono red, as it does trade off well against the Steamkins and the Pyromancers, and it can potentially get you a 2-for-1. And against mono white, it's just so good. You generally get 2 cards killed for 1 mana with this if you time it right. And speed is everything against mono blue. So being able to play this on turn 1 to destroy their 1-drop, to deny a potential Curious Obsession on turn 2 is absolutely massive and important and all those things. So Fungal Infection is actually a really good meta card in the sideboard, and it really does make a difference despite being, you know, such a low impact sort of play initially. We have the triple negate and the disdainful stroke. I have this is like my 4th negate. The reason why I have disdainful stroke instead of the 4th negate is because disdainful stroke finds home against mid-range matchups as well, and other matchups in which negate is perhaps not as prevalent. I like it as a one-off because of that, and it's kind of like the 4th flexible sort of negate in that sense. We have one more cast down for mid-range and aggro matchups. Kaya Orzhov Usurper, which is actually really good against the mono blue tempo. It's pretty good against the likes of Esper Control as well. And even Simic Nexus, as you can deny the Ascanta from flipping earlier. So also really, really good against Arc-like Phoenix decks, which are rising in popularity because one of the players, Luis Scott Vargas, made it to the top 8 of the Mythic Championship with a Phoenix Izzet list, and Kaya is a very, very good counter to that sort of strategy. So I do like her as a one-off, as you guys have been seeing her also being represented in Esper Control list in the sideboard as well. We have 2 disinformation campaigns for the Esper Control matchup. This is my most powerful tool there. I try to outvalue them with the combination of Chemist's Insight and Disinformation Campaign with all of my Surveil tactics. Otherwise, Disinformation Campaign is a little bit slow for other matchups, unfortunately. So I do have it in the sideboard, but I do like it a lot in that matchup specifically, and that's why it's like the most recent addition to the sideboard. Alongside that, we have 3 Basilica Bellhaunts. I think a big mistake is to run this card in the main deck, as it does not do much in the majority of matchups. But against mono red aggro and white weenies, Basilica's your bro, or your sister, or your ghost buddy thing. I don't know, but very good. Very good card, very good being, very strong tempo value play that can keep you alive in said aggressive matchups. And so can a one-off of Kaya's Wrath for very, swarmy or aggressive tactics, and the one-off of Eldest Reborn for the Sultai mid-range and Esper Control matchups. Also, the Izzet Phoenix or Drake's matchup as well. Even though Drakes are dropping down in popularity because of its performance, and Phoenix, which is a much more menacing deck in my opinion, is rising for sure. So that is the sideboard right there. I wish I could add in more cards because I'm still not well-versed against Arc-like Phoenix, but it's not as popular as other builds in my opinion. And there's definitely things that I could add that could enhance certain matchups, but I do prioritize the likes of Esper Control and Mono Blue Tempo, alongside obviously Sultai Midrange for this sort of sideboard. And that is the deck list right there. I wanted to especially tackle the sideboard because I have explained Esper Midrange numerous times on my channel, but I do believe this deck can be constantly tweaked. You see I'm main decking Duress because I want it in the vast majority of matchups anyway, so I have no reason not to main deck it, even though it doesn't synergize with Hero Precinct 1, but I tend to play it before Hero anyways. And that is the list right there. If you want more in-depth, rambling about Esper Midrange, then you can check out my other videos that I have covered this archetype on, but this is my latest version of the deck, which is geared towards the current meta, and one that I'm particularly very proud of, to be completely honest with you. So that's the deck list right there. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the daily MTG content, and hope you really like today's gameplay. And I'll stop talking. Have this whole day. I'll see you tomorrow. Because that's the turn where it all went to shit. But to be fair, drawing 10 lands in a row did not really help my mental state. I'll keep this, I guess.
Here comes the DJ. Here comes the
Can you stall MTG bot? I don't know what that is. Receivers, thank you for the sub, man. Thank you so much, dude. We're lacking a white source of mana here, so we're kind of we're in a bit of a pickle. mean, there it is. The reason why I took the lava quill there is because I have a hostage taker. See, Jesus. See, he's revealing me the lands before he's doing that. He's really restraining from using his Growth Chamber Guardian ability here. Am I okay with that? I'm okay with that. I have enough cards. It's getting tough to get that that land, but at least we got the hostages. We're gonna take them. make any sense. But let's take this. Surprise, motherfucker. In this matchup, I mean, one would say, okay, the cat's down definitely. Even though Thief of Sanity put in the work there, it's definitely not a good card in this matchup. We're going to take it out for the 4th Hostage Taker, which definitely is. We're going to slap in Akaya's Wrath. I do want one Disdainful Stroke, as it does counter the Phoenix. I also like Consecrate Consume. Do I like Basilica Bellhaunt in this matchup, is the question. Do I like it? I think I do. It trays with the Chain Whirler. I like Fungal Infection just because it helps us, like, these cards help us answer the Phoenix, which is very important. I think we take out Lazaf. I think Duress can go away as well. Eldest Reborn is alright as a one-off, but I'd rather have Teferi and Lyra. Even though Lyra is kind of vulnerable here. No, the Craw Harpooner can't really do much against Lyra since we do have First Strike anyways. And Seraph of the Scales trades favorably with that as well. We're quite heavy on the 4-mana side of things though. Let's take down one Chemist's Insight and one Teferi. Deputy Detention also can drop a little bit down, even though it's good for tempo's sake. I think this is a proper mix. Maybe Deputy Detention should stay the way it is. But I do like Consecrate Consume. And the Fungal Infections, because the Fungal Infections can help us against an early onslaught. And also to kill away a Phoenix. Like, I want to make sure I have the answers for the Phoenix. Even though 4 Hostage Takers tends to be enough. We're going to keep this hand. Because it is a playable hand. And those come around rarely nowadays. As rare as my English is proper. Alright, I definitely believe I want to cast down this, because it can get out of hand. That just snowballs, and we do not like things that snowball. We do, however... endure ourselves some hero, even though this is probably going to get shocked, but... okay. No play there. Oh, wow. Well, talk about Mana Screw. I mean, if he had removal, he should have gone for it now. Holy mother of Mana Screw. Okay, so I think we, I mean, Fiery Cannonade is just as rough, if not rougher than this. Collision Colossus. There's a lot of shit we want to take away here, but I think Fiery Cannonade may be... I mean, if he starts curving out, if he finds a land, he can Goblin Chain Whirler us, which is just nearly as devastating as a Fiery Cannonade. Like, one of these two plays is happening. I guess we take out the Fiery Cannonade, though. Let's get rid of that.
That thought.
I should have attacked first. I just kind of was a bit lazy with it. But I mean, now we curve out into Fairy, and our opponent just got severely mana screwed. And it's a shame, because I've been there. I've been there on the other side, the side where you only draw lands. But we're back! And I'll take it, goddammit. On it. I have days in which I play you guys' decks. But, like, these last, like, generally, like, first of all, welcome to the stream. Normally, I'm not so, like, okay, that's not true. I'm not the most interactive streamer because I tend to focus a lot, but I'm going the extra mile lately because I have 2 more days to qualify for the Mythic Invitation, which is why I'm taking, like I said, I'm being so focused on the games and stuff. So, first of all, I apologize for, like, taking, because you probably sent that message multiple times, and I'm sorry. Second of all, I do viewer decks, mainly in the weekends. I not only like go over you guys' decks, but I play with them as well.
Keep up the good fight. Don't get tilted.
Sano WD with the €10 donation. What the fuck? Thank you, my man. I would keep this hand, but I don't have a source of black mana. I'm gonna keep it though. Because I'm just 1 land away, and I'm so prone to drawing lands. I'm gonna get so punished here. Never punished. Calculated. Utmost calculation. Now can I get a black source of mana, please? I think Thief of Sanity is going down here. Yep. Didn't think too much about it. Well, I guess I gotta do what I gotta do. Oh, he's main decking Crowd of the Carnarium. Well, rip us. Rip us to pieces. We're gonna use this to surveil. I mean, if this is a control matchup, which it is, then once we lose Lazef to the counterspell, our chances are pretty damn slim. Unless we can start drawing into Chemist's Insight. I mean, maybe we top deck an Eldest Reborn and he has no answer. Like, that could happen.
I'm not done yet.
That could happen. Alright. Get completely shut down. But now is when we try to retaliate. Let's take out the, let's add in another Eldest Reborn. Let's add in another cast down. I'll explain why in a bit. The negate, the info stroke. And I like the Consecrate Consume as well. So the reason why I am incorporating Cast Down to this lineup and keeping 1 Hostage Taker is because my opponent is 100% going to start adding in the Thief of Sanity, expecting me to remove all my removal. That's what every single Esper control player and their mother included does. Every single one, no exception. I'll bet my testicles. I'll bet my goddamn testicles that Fungus right here is gonna be like, oh, now I get into Hostage Takers, I get in my Thief of Sanity, and a surprise! Stupid old Mogwai. And I'll slap him in the face, I'll be like, bitch, please, I've been trying to ladder for far too long. Fuck off with your bullshit. And what else are we gonna keep here before I run out of time? Let's take out the Deputy Detentions. Let's reduce the Mortifies though. And I think this is golden.
Sit at my table and let's drink.
Love you, Mogwai. Watching you give me the mood to play Magic, and it's a bad thing. Shame on you, XD.
Dude, I'm getting donations today. Why? People, thank you so much, man. You even made me voice crack as much as this opening hand. What is this garbage? Out of my sight, please. Oh my. Okay, at least we have a swamp. We gotta keep that because Eldest Reborn is how we win this game. We're gonna lead off with the Glacial Fortress because we have no land to check it, and then we'll follow it up with a swamp onto a Thought Erasure. See, there they are. There they are. Let's get rid of one. As much as I want to keep my negate, I do not currently have an answer for a Thief of Sanity. So I need an answer for it. I have 2 turns. Even though I packed in, oh my god, even though I fucking packed in all the bloody answers for this thing, I even added in an extra cast down. It's Magic the Gathering, folks, and we are gonna get punished. And he's gonna take my negate, and we're gonna lose. To the very thing we predicted would happen. But, you know, Magic. Magic the Gathering, ladies and gentlemen. Magic the fucking Gathering. And he's gonna negate my own shit. With my negate. Oh. Oh wow, it actually goes through. Well, oh my god.
If you show remorse, I'll show restraint.
Oh, fuck off, Fairy.
Slow down. This isn't a fight. Reverse! Only time will tell.
I mean, we're pretty much forced. We're forced to play Eldest Reborn here. Because otherwise he'll just discard it with this.
I won't hide from the world any longer. I is much more malleable than people think.
Yeah, that's just sad. Doesn't that make you sad? That is just absolute sadness.
We need to move quickly.
Oh, okay, I'm done. On to the next one. Sometimes you just draw like garbage 2 games in a row, and that's just how it goes. I gotta improve my drawing skills, guys. I gotta work on that. I'm clearly weak in that aspect. This feels like a bad hand to mulligan. Because we're just like one, but we literally have no plays, and we rely on drawing into a black source of mana. But then again, you can get this. and just get fucked equally. All right. I mean, I literally draw one card, like one land, and I get going with this hand. I don't, and I don't get to play my game. See, if that wasn't a land, I lost this game. As simple and quickly as that. He can't Growth Spiral. He's Simic Nexus, so I need to establish some board presence before I go for the Thought Erasure. I need to play the Hero Priest at 1. I need to start threatening him. Because sometimes you're inclined to play this first. But now, because of the way this played out, I'm going to go for the Thought Erasure. We could get countered here. He could have a Sinister Sabotage. We still go for it. We trade for the counter. And next turn, when he plays the Wilderness Reclamation, we start dropping our Fun Polices. And we go like, enough! I said enough! Alright. Fun Police number 1, denied. Let's see how Fun Police number 2 goes. Sure thing, buddy. Take as many turns as you want. Just don't do anything else. I mean, why would you ever do that now? Okay. I mean, at this point, the rest doesn't really do it for us. I'm gonna play Lazev just so that I can surveil more. And unless you find Root Snare, you're dead. Get them negates. I also like the Consecrates because they slow down. They enable me to thin through my deck, and they slow down the Ascanta from flipping. If that were to happen, let's take out Lyra. Let's take out Eldritch Reborn. Let's leave one Teferi just in case. Let's leave one Hostage Taker just in case. Seraph of the Scales is also kind of slow, but I mean everything that's not like 4 mana or everything that's not 3 mana actually is like too slow realistically. Okay, good.
Here comes the DJ.
I think I do want 2 cast downs because I'm expecting some shenanigans to happen. Maybe 1 cast down is enough. Maybe like this is good. I like Seraph of the Scales just because it applies some pressure. I have nothing else better. It's a 4-drop that hits for 4, so we just keep it there. But it's Seraph of the Scales is not what we want to be drawing. And chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets. Thank you for the sub, chicken nuggets. We will keep this as we have a turn 1 dress. Turn 1 dress is good. I repeat, turn 1 dress is fantastic. Let's take a look. Will you look at that? Will you look at that? Let's discover. A negate, shall we? And then let's follow it up with Thief of Sanity. Ooh, took a while, but he got there. He got there. I repeat, he got there. Alright. Well, we know whose turn it is. They call him the fun. Police. And now it's just, honestly, like, now it's just sit back, relax, and just enjoy dismembering this degeneracy. It's a wonderful thing. I feel a little emo, so I'm gonna play the swamp. I need that darkness in my life. Oh, out of here. Eh. Just in case. We have to be very, very, very conservative with our counter spells. Because you only got so many of them. I don't mind. I am a kind soul. My mother said so. So I'm just gonna let you, you know, root snare all you want. That's just delay. This is minus card advantage. Nexus phase is minus card advantage. What we want to counter, that for example. Ain't nobody got time for that. That's fine. You're fine. You're not spooky. You're fine too. Let's start stealing his Nexus. Because reasons. Let's find police him. I'm worried about a Hydroid Crassus. Alright, I sure do love dismantling some Simic Nexus. See, that's why I wanted to keep some cast downs. Because they tend to do that. They try to be cheeky. You know, these control players, they try to get cheeky and they try to like add in some creatures on you.